Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, Eric graphed a parallelogram on the coordinate grid below. The parallelogram ABCD was rotated 180 degrees clockwise with the origin as the center of rotation. The transformation created the parallelogram A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. Which rule describes this transformation? Okay, so what is it that I'm looking for? I'm looking for the rule that describes the transformation. And the problem, they're already telling you the transformation that happened. It says that it was rotated, and they're telling you how many degrees, 180, and the direction is clockwise. And of course, we're using the origin as the center of rotation. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, first of all, let's see what it means by clockwise. Well, clockwise, think about, of course, a clock, right? And the clock rotates in an order that is called clockwise. That means that it's gonna go something like this. Okay, that's clockwise, right? Okay, and it's gonna go 180 degrees. Now, what does it mean by 180 degrees? Well, if you think about the coordinate grid that I'm giving you, each quadrant, it's kind of like 90 degrees, right? Because remember, the whole circle will be 360. So every time that I move one complete one rotation, okay, it's gonna be counting by 90, 90, 90. But I think the best way that I can explain to you is by actually showing it to you. Okay, so let's focus, for example, on point B. Okay, so I'm gonna write down the coordinates for B, and the coordinates for B are 3 and 6. So I'm just gonna focus on that. I know I have the other points, the other vertices. My focus is gonna be on B. So every time that I rotate the quadrilateral, in this case the parallelogram, focus on B. Where is B staying? Okay. So to do that, I'm gonna do something a little bit that I'm thinking is gonna help us. Okay. So look what I'm gonna do. Do you see I have my picture, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate the whole picture. Okay, now keep in mind that the X and the Y will be changing, so don't think about X and Y as X and Y on the picture. Think about the location. X is always gonna be your horizontal line, and the Y is gonna be your vertical line. Okay, so I'm gonna rotate 90 degrees. So please be with me. Look what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm moving it, and look what happens right here. I'm gonna stop somewhere here. It might not be exactly perfect, but I want you to look at the previous. This is my first original shape, right? And this was supposed to be D. Okay, so this is my B, right? Notice how that is a 3 and 6, right? So I think I need to move it a little bit more just to make sure that it's matching. Okay, so that would be, hold on. Okay, so it'll be right there, 3 and 6, right? So now notice where my new B is. This B is right here on the bottom. Now, so when I did the 90 degrees, okay, the B ended up, okay, at +6 and -3. Again, don't think about what the number says on the graph, but where is the location. So now my B will be a +6 and a -3, but that's 90 degrees, right? So I'm gonna need to do it one more time. Okay, so please be with me because it's not easy to rotate the picture, right? So I'm gonna move it. So let's move it a little bit. There we go. I got it. Okay, so I'm moving it, and I'm gonna wait up more or less I think I'm gonna have to move it a little bit more. Again, be with me, please. It's not that easy to move this graph in here. There it is. Okay, good. Yay, I did it. It's very difficult, guys. I am so sorry, but I'm trying to show you where is it that my B is now. So go ahead and look at the B. This is B now. So if I'm looking at the grid, remember this is still your X, this is your Y, right? What will be the coordinates for B? Okay, well, that would be -1, -2. This would be -3. Agree? And it will be -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and -6. Okay, so that will be my 180 degrees. Okay, that's what rotation is about. I'm so sure that your teacher can help you better, because if you have a patty paper, wax paper, that can really help you to see the movement, right? So with me, notice what happened. It was on the very top, it was here. And the coordinates for that were 3 and 6, right? That was my original. And what happens is that when it landed here on the bottom, it was at 6 and +3, which was somewhere over here. But then it got moved over here because this was my 90 degrees and this is actually my 180 degrees. So I don't know if you can compare these two, but that's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to compare the original and the one that I got as 180 degrees. What did you notice? And of course, we're looking at the X and the Y. This is X, this is Y. What do you notice? Well, it looks like the X and the Y, the numbers look the same, right? What is the only difference? That they became both the opposite of what they were. So I can easily describe the rule then of 180 is gonna be, if my coordinates are X and Y, they're gonna change kind of like X, still X and Y, but both of them will be multiplied by a negative number, okay? So if you look at the answer choices, the one that matches that is your answer choice C. Okay, so hopefully this movement didn't get you confused, because I know that it was a little bit tough to move the whole picture, but I wanted for you guys to see that my B was gonna land on this quadrant once I got my 180 degrees. Okay, it landed right here. Okay.